This is you, a sleep-deprived idiot, staying up until 3 a.m., not to do anything useful, but to scroll through the dumbest shit on the internet. Your brain is basically shut the hell down. But your thumb? Yeah, that thing keeps going. Just one more video, and boom. 2 hours gone like it's nothing. And this is your ancestor. 4.5 billion years ago, Earth was just a giant rock, hot as fuck, boiling like crazy, and getting smacked by meteors nonstop like a damn punching bag. Yo, what the hell? I'm not even cooled down yet? One side gets hit by space rocks every single day. The other side loses Wi-Fi for 5 minutes and completely loses its shit. But here's the real question. How the hell does a burning-ass rock turn into you? A 4.5 billion year journey just to end up creating this guy eating instant noodles at 3 a.m. like a complete dumbass. This story starts from the very beginning, a very, very long time ago. And it all started from absolutely nothing. No Earth, no humans, no internet. Yeah, pretty damn dark times. But hold on. All of this happened before humans even existed. So how the hell does anyone know any of this, right? The truth is, everything you're hearing is just humans figuring it out later, using science, using data, using some insanely smart people, and putting it all together into the most logical story they've got. But honestly, no one knows for sure. Could be right, could be wrong. Me, I don't know shit either. I'm just some guy sitting here, scrolling through the internet, reading random stuff, and putting it together into this video for you. So if something's a bit off, whatever. Don't take it too seriously. Just enjoy it, all right? Anyway, back to the story. Then suddenly, boom, the universe just popped into existence out of nowhere. No warning, no reason, just chaos everywhere. Energy flying all over the place. Everything spinning like crazy. Basically like a ranked match with no matchmaking. Over billions of years, that chaos slowly started to calm down. Stuff began clumping together. Gravity started doing its thing. And little by little, planets began to form. And one of those rocks was Earth. At first, it looked like shit. Just a giant burning ball of rock. Lava everywhere. Volcanoes erupting like crazy. Meteors smashing into it nonstop like it owed them money. No air, no water, no life. Just heat and suffering. If you showed up there for even 1 second, you'd die instantly. Actually, not even die. You'd just be gone. Completely fucking erased. And somehow, this hell of a rock is where our story begins. Yeah, let that sink in. And then everything started to change. Very, very slowly. That burning hell of a planet finally began to cool down. Not fast, not even close. It took millions of years just to calm the hell down a little. The surface started to harden, lava slowly turning into solid rock, like the planet was finally getting its shit together after the longest meltdown in history. But yeah, still not peaceful. Volcanoes were going absolutely insane, erupting everywhere, blasting gas and ash into the sky like they had anger issues. The air? Oh, hell no. One breath and you're dead. Toxic as fuck. Like, why did I even spawn here levels of bad? But somehow all that chaos was actually building something. Those gases slowly started forming an atmosphere. Not a nice one. Not something you'd ever want to breathe, but hey, it was a start. And then, after all that heat, after all that madness, something crazy happened. Water. At first, it was just vapor floating around in the air, invisible, minding its own business. But as the planet kept cooling, that vapor started to condense. Clouds formed, and then one day, it started to rain. Not for an hour, not for a day, not even for a year. It rained for thousands of years, nonstop. Like the sky just said, screw it, and never turned the faucet off. And all that water started pouring down onto the surface, gathering, spreading, slowly turning into oceans. Yeah, the same oceans you see today came from that never-ending rain. From a burning rock to a planet full of water. That's a crazy glow-up. But here's the thing. We're still nowhere near humans. Not even close. Right now, Earth is basically just a wet rock. No life, no movement, nothing going on. Just water, rock, and awkward silence. But not for long. And then, finally, something happened. Not big, not epic, actually. Kind of underwhelming. Life. Yeah. The first life on Earth wasn't anything cool. Not dinosaurs, not even something you could see. It was bacteria, tiny, single-celled organisms, floating around in the ocean, doing absolutely nothing impressive. No brain, no eyes, no personality, just existing. Congratulations. You waited billions of years for bacteria. At first, these things were just surviving day by day, absorbing whatever was around them, basically just trying not to die every second. And honestly, that alone was already insane. Because think about it, this planet went from a literal hellscape to a wet rock, and now it actually has life on it, even if it's just microscopic bacteria. But then things started getting interesting. Some special bacteria, called cyanobacteria, figured out how to use sunlight to create energy, aka photosynthesis. Sounds simple, but this was one of the biggest turning points in Earth's history. Because when they did that, they released oxygen. At first, no big deal, but over time, oxygen started building up in the atmosphere, more and more, slowly changing the entire planet. The air started becoming breathable. Well, not for you. You'd still die instantly, but hey, we're getting somewhere. From there, life kept evolving. Bacteria slowly developed into more complex forms, some of them teaming up to form bigger cells, the early ancestors of multicellular life. And after millions of years of trial and error, simple life forms started turning into algae and other early ocean organisms. Then, eventually, fish-like creatures showed up, swimming around, trying to survive. No legs, no land, just water and pure instinct. And from those tiny, seemingly useless organisms, all complex life later on, including humans, would eventually come into existence. And then, things started getting a little more serious. Up until now, everything was just stuck in the ocean, just floating around, swimming, minding its own business. But at some point, some genius creature decided, you know what? Screw the water. Let's try land. Yeah, terrible idea at first. Land was dry, harsh, full of radiation, no oxygen like today, basically a death trap. But evolution doesn't care. It just keeps throwing random ideas until something doesn't die immediately. Some of those fish-like creatures slowly developed stronger fins, ones that could push against the ground. Not legs yet, just awkward little stubs. Imagine a fish doing push-ups on mud. Yeah, that level of struggle. But over time, those fins got stronger, bones changed, muscles adapted, and eventually, the first amphibians showed up, creatures that could live in water and on land. Not very good at either, but hey, it worked. And once life touched land, everything started going crazy. Plants showed up first, covering the ground, turning it green, making oxygen, basically preparing the planet like, all right, come live here. Then insects appeared. Weird, tiny, creepy things crawling everywhere, flying around, multiplying like crazy. And because evolution is insane, some of those insects were huge, like nightmare fuel huge. We're talking dragonflies the size of birds. Yeah, good luck sleeping with that. Then came reptiles, creatures fully adapted to land. Tough skin, better movement, no need to go back to water every 5 minutes. And from reptiles, things got even crazier, bigger, stronger, scarier. And then the planet hit one of its wildest phases ever. The age of giants, dinosaurs, massive creatures walking the earth like they owned the place. Some were peaceful, just eating plants all day. Others, absolute killers, running, hunting, tearing everything apart. For millions of years, they ruled everything. Land, sea, even the sky. If you were alive back then, yeah, you're basically food. But here's the thing about Earth. It never stays the same for long. Just when things look stable, something always comes in and messes everything up. And yeah, that's exactly what happened next. And then, just like that, everything went to shit. No warning, no permission, just a random day and boom. A massive asteroid slammed into Earth, fast, brutal, absolutely devastating. Not some gentle oops it fell kind of impact, nah. This was full-on wipeout mode. The collision was so insane it blasted dust and debris all over the atmosphere, blocking out the sun, turning the sky dark, temperatures dropping like crazy, plants dying off, the whole food chain collapsing. Dinosaurs? Yeah, game over. Not all of them died instantly, but most of them didn't stand a chance. The planet went from being packed with giant monsters to just empty, quiet, like someone hit reset on the server. But you already know, evolution doesn't just stop. While all the big, scary creatures got wiped out, the small, weak, boring-looking ones somehow made it. Little rat-like creatures hiding, eating whatever they could, just surviving day by day. Not strong, not fast, not scary, but stubborn as hell. And somehow those nobody creatures ended up winning. Over time, they started evolving, getting a bit bigger, a bit smarter, more diverse. Some climbed trees, some ran on land, some dug underground. And then, after millions of years, one branch started changing in a very different way. They stood more upright, used their hands more, their brains got bigger. Yeah, starting to sound familiar, right? Ape-like creatures showed up. Not human yet, but getting close. They could use their hands, work together, actually think a little. Like, finally someone turned the brain on. And from there, everything started speeding up. Faster, clearer. Evolution wasn't dragging anymore. It was building towards something completely different. Something that would change everything. Something that would eventually become humans. And speaking of things that just refuse to die, we got to talk about my personal enemy, the cockroach. Yeah, that thing. Tiny, disgusting, and somehow still here after all this chaos. Like seriously, Earth went through asteroid impacts, ice ages, mass extinctions, and this dude is still running around your house at 2 a.m. like nothing ever happened. I swear, it's been around since ancient times, and I have no idea if it even evolved at all. It looks exactly the same. Same ugly face, same creepy run, just me getting more traumatized every time I see one. Prehistoric creatures are no joke, man. They're stubborn, unkillable, and weirdly terrifying. Out of everything that evolved on this planet, the cockroach is the one thing that makes me feel like evolution kind of messed up. And yeah, I absolutely hate it. All right, back to the story. After Earth took a full-on asteroid to the face, and pretty much all the big creatures got wiped out, yeah, it didn't just end there. That impact blasted a ridiculous amount of dust and debris into the sky, completely blocking out the sun. Like the entire planet got slapped with a dark mode filter. No sunlight, plants die, no plants, animals die, food chain, yeah, totally screwed. And then the temperature started dropping, fast. Like 1 minute it's hot, next thing you know it's cold as hell. Earth basically went, you know what, let's just freeze everything. And boom, ice started forming, spreading everywhere, getting thicker and thicker. Massive glaciers rolled in, covering entire continents, turning the whole planet into one giant freezer. Yeah, that's how things slowly slid into the Ice Age. Not random, just the after effect of a hit strong enough to reset the whole system. And once the Ice Age kicked in, everything had two options: adapt or die. Some animals grew thick fur, some got bigger to survive the cold, and some just didn't make it. The ones that did survive, yeah, not exactly friendly looking. Woolly mammoths, basically hairy tanks with tusks, saber-toothed cats with teeth that look like they're ready to ruin your entire day. Everything out here looks like a boss fight. And in the middle of all that chaos, it's not like humans just magically showed up. Nope. What actually showed up were small mammals, especially early primates, trying their absolute best not to go extinct, climbing, hiding, watching everything, working together just to stay alive. And because survival was basically on nightmare difficulty, they had to change. Over millions of years, some of these primates started evolving differently. Less time in trees, more time on the ground, eventually standing up on two legs. At first, yeah, looked dumb as hell. Slow, unstable, awkward, but it freed up their hands. And those hands, now they could grab stuff, throw stuff, use tools, hunt better. And because of that, their brains had to level up too. More control, more thinking, more problem solving. And just like that, so evolution kept pushing forward, from tree-hugging primates to early human-like species. Not modern humans yet, more like beta versions. But they could already use tools, hunt in groups, learn from mistakes, and most importantly, adapt to a world that was constantly trying to kill them. Cold, hungry, and living in a place where stepping outside could be your last mistake. No houses, no heaters, no Uber Eats. Just snow, ice, and one main objective every single day: don't die. And somehow, they kept going. Learning, adapting, surviving. And slowly, things started heading in a very different direction. And then, the plot twist nobody asked for, but we got it anyway. From those awkward beta versions, humans started leveling up like they had cheat codes. Walking straighter, running faster, brains getting bigger, until it wasn't just about surviving anymore, it was about living better. Fire, check. Tools, check. Language, yeah, got that too. One day they weren't just hunting anymore. They were building houses, farming, forming villages, creating civilizations. Sounds pretty good, right? Yeah, for a while. Then someone goes, "Hey, this land is mine." Someone else says, "Who?" And just like that, war. From sticks and stones to swords, guns, cannons. And then at some point, humans looked at each other and thought, what if we just build something that can wipe everything out instantly? And boom, weapons of mass destruction. Very smart, also very stupid. Meanwhile, Earth is just sitting there like, seriously? I carried you from microbes all the way to this. For this? Forests get cut down, rivers get polluted, the air? Yeah. If it stings when you breathe, you already know. Animals slowly disappear, ice melts, the climate acts like it's having a breakdown. And humans? Still going. Building higher, digging deeper, destroying faster. And after all that, we end up here. Billions of years of evolution, millions of years of survival, thousands of years of civilization, just to arrive at this moment, me. Sitting here in front of a screen, eating instant noodles, typing random nonsense, cracking jokes on the internet, talking about a planet that used to be a burning rock, then became oceans, then life, then humans, and now a chaotic mess that can think. It's kind of funny and kind of depressing. Like, wow, what an incredible journey, just to end up eating noodles and talking nonsense online. But hey, at least we're not extinct yet. Probably. In the next part, I'll keep breaking down how humans kept beating the hell out of each other and slowly wrecking this planet. Stay tuned.